Nope, not this week. It's Talk Like a Pirate Day, so today we're going to have a little bit of fun.
John, it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. We gotta make a video.
Oh my gosh, let's go! Welcome back to me bar and me haties. We are back here on another episode of RumJohn. I am accompanied again by Mr. Bao. Bao, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Today's a special day for me. It is one of my favorite days of the year, right up there with 4th of July and Christmas. It is National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Talk like a pirate to me Marties, me haties, me mateys, me whatever. Just talk like a pirate and have some fun. That is, that's what today is, sir.
Well, you're certainly an old salt.
I feel like an old salt sometimes.
And you know what that means?
No.
It means you're a seasoned pirate.
I feel, I'm a salty seasoned pirate. I'll take that.
Salty's good sometimes.
So I'm gonna wear this awesome hat. A very close friend of ours, close friend of mine that I work with, knows that I'm a big pirate, and he has some friends that I guess make these, and so he reached out to them, and this is a custom pirate hat that they made for me. And I told him one of these days I was gonna wear it on an episode, and when Bao and I were talking about doing an episode, I said, you know what? Today is National Talk Like a Pirate Day. I gotta wear this thing. Are you kidding me? So there it is. Sean, thank you for the pirate captain hat, whatever you want to call it.
Looks legit. I mean, it really does.
It is. Legit. This is legit leather. Let me tell you that right now. In a southern Florida hot afternoon, it feels leather.
This gives me a thought right here.
Yeah.
You know, this is Captain John of the RumJohn bar and or boat or crew, if you will.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, I'll take that. That's interesting. Did you know that captains were actually not? They were elected.
Interesting.
So they were elected officials. So in this case, I will be your elected captain of this cruise ship here.
So they had democracy back then.
Yes, they did.
Who said
they
were lawless?
I am
part of it.
huge into piracy. The
Not like that, guys.
historical folklore, not the current day stuff.
Right.
So if you one of these days I'll get into how that all worked, how it was a democracy, and how they had rules and that kind of stuff, and then and even I'll get into when they plundered and pillaged and got booty.
Pirate terms.
Yep, there you go. And when I mean booty, I don't mean booty. I mean gold. How they divvied that up, and that's very interesting. And then in some cases, if you've seen the movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, the guy gets his arm chopped off. If you lose an arm in battle, you get more money, or you get more share of the booty. So, but we'll get into that later. So, today's National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Yardy har hardy har. So what?
Har har.
What about? Do you have any favorite pirate terms or favorite pirate sayings or?
Well, I think some of the favorites are shiver me timbers and that kind of stuff that we know. But the funny thing is that I was actually looking up some of these pirate terms. I know SpongeBob is one of those where they actually say a lot of little things.
Yes, they do.
Like yo ho ho. It's actually a cheery expression to get someone's attention. So that's a good one.
So if you're walking through a bar and you say yo ho ho, it's not bad. It does not mean bad. It's not a bad term. It's just like hey. It's like us saying, hey, you. I mean, just,
Which is very interesting how a lot of things have a double meaning depending on what context. So this was one of actually my favorites. Grog. Grog actually means rum or liquor diluted by water.
Yep.
So you go to a bar, you tell the bartender, hey, don't give me no grog. They'd be like, what are you talking about? Let me explain that to you, sir.
Yes. or you know, as we learn, or as we're learning, as we're going through this, on this cruise of rumology, most rums are cut with water. That's how they get that proof down from 100 and whatever, 70 or whatever, down to a 40 or down to, excuse me, an 80. So, you know, yeah, that's like when you're
drinking grog. So good guess we call
we
it.
are, in fact, drinking grog.
Okay, so that's a good thing
so,
then.
yes.
How about this one? Cat o' nine tails. That's an interesting one. It's a special kind of whip that has 9 strands. I guess.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, it kind of does.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it actually does.
So, yeah, I mean, there's other things that you should know. Fun facts like Pirate's favorite letter.
That's an interesting one. I'm not sure I can answer that.
That one is R.
Oh, wow. Dad jokes.
Yes. Yep. So, hey, let's have
that was a good one.
Thank you, sir. Let's have some fun. So today, as you can see, we have another Bumbu. We stumbled onto, but the marketing director found another bottle of Bumbu XO. We already tried the other Bumbu earlier, and it I would say had rave reviews. I mean, you tried it just recently, and I know Mike is still not over the fact that it tastes like bananas, but it is bananas that it tastes like bananas. It is amazing.
Wow.
And I still haven't found a recipe, and nobody has given me a recipe yet for Bumbu rum, like bananas Foster or I don't know, like a rum cake or some. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You guys know me. I'm not afraid to try something in the kitchen or on the grill, so I'm gonna try it. I just gotta figure out what it is. Bananas Foster, pancakes, or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
This is a good time to actually, if you guys are subscribing or you have friends who might be interested, let them put comments below and just give us some ideas as well.
But yeah, shoot me an idea, and I will try it. And if you have say a rum cake recipe or something like that, and you don't want to ruin an entire rum cake by trying something different, and you want me to do it and post it, I will. Just give me a rum cake recipe that you want me to throw together, and I will.
So please do this. I mean, this is for not just for you,
yeah.
But come on, guys.
Yeah.
I come here to taste this stuff out.
Right.
Okay? I'm doing public service. So
yes, exactly.
Please do. Thank you again.
So, and yes, and today he came, sir, and not only did he try the first Bumbu rum that we had before, and I this is the one here. Now, I gotta tell you guys, this is the original Bumbu rum, and Mike and I tried it. I tried it, my wife tried it, and Val came and tried it today, and I'm gonna have to probably buy another bottle because everybody's like, this is amazing. So
It really is.
So the original still gets thumbs up from everybody that tries it. So when my wife, the marketing director, called and said, hey, I found another bottle of Bumbu. It's called XO. Do you want to try it? I said, heck yes. So here's the interesting fact about this. Before we try this, Bumbu rum, the original, is distilled in Barbados.
Interesting.
Where rum, for the most part, came from. However, Bumbu XO is distilled in Panama. So, what does that mean? So it's going to be different flavors, as we figured out in the first one. They used multiple different types of sugarcane, and each sugarcane gives them a different flavor. So now that it's in Panama, it's a blended barrel rum, and it's 10 years aged. I'm sorry. It's an 18-year. Tongue tied there. Sorry. 18-year aged in bourbon barrels and finished with a sherry cask. So I'm guessing it's gonna have a nice kind of smooth finish to it with that sherry cask.
Can't wait to try it.
Yeah, I'm very excited to try it. See, it's distilled in Panama, and like I'm not gonna go into the Bumbu company like we did before, but when it comes to this one, like I said, in the Barbados one, they use different sugar canes and molasses and that kind of things from other areas. So this one, the sugar canes and items and molasses that they use, it gives it They say it's going to give you an aroma of toffee, toasted oak,
Interesting.
and vanilla. So I'm going to look for that. I like to, see how far off they are.
Right.
And then as far as taste, it's going to have like an orange zest, a pepper spice, and coffee. So so some of those I can kind of get, like, in particular, if it has a toffee hint smell to it, I can almost expect that it's going to have something similar to a coffee-ish kind of flavor.
Right.
That's just me though. I mean, when I have a toffee, I almost like, this would be really great melted down in my coffee. So, but it is they tote it as a sipping rum, and I be in the mood for some sipping.
Well, let's get
started. Let's crack this sucker open.
There you go, sir. Get started.
It has the X marks the spot. Pirate.
You just had
Pirate Day. I'm loving this vibe in. All right, so it's a cork.
Nice.
Ooh, nice pop in the cork. That is easily the most smoothest I've opened up a bottle on this show ever.
Way to go. It gets 5 stars for that.
Yeah, like, as you guys know, a couple weeks ago, I opened one, and the cork stayed inside.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No. That's not what you want.
I tried to open it, and I don't know if you probably haven't seen it yet, but I tried to open it, and the top of the cork came off, and the rest was...
It was defective. That's what it was. Yep. Quality control.
Quality control. So... All right, first off, we're looking for toffee, toasted oak, and vanilla.
So let's cheers up.
Okay. All right, well that's pretty interesting. All right, here I'm digging the bottle again. I love their bottles. Their bottles are something that I am really happy with. Kind of gives you that old school bottle piratey look or feel.
Yeah, it's
right?
dark, and especially being an XO, right?
Well, I can get that bourbon and sherry kind of. Yeah, man, that is.
Oh wow, that definitely. Yes, you got to sip this one. This one is not. Let me taste that again. This is an interesting one.
Oh, that is. Very, that's got a lot of flavor to it.
It does. It's not spicy, but it's got a kick.
So to me, it definitely has that peppery flavor to it. So if you are I'm a former cigar smoker, so if you smoked a cigar that had a peppery kind of earthy tone to it, this would be top notch, right alongside that. I mean, it would be really good to drink.
That's right. It's definitely smooth. It's got a smooth blend to it. Nothing too overpowering.
There is not a bite to it. There is very kind of caramely or whatever. It's not like a thin. It coats the mouth very, very well.
That's a good thing. I think you should actually go ahead and coin that statement. It coats the mouth very well. I like that. Definitely not for chugging though. Let's not.
No, this is not a chugging.
You don't want to do that.
And you're not going to do a shot of this. This is a.
No.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I like this. So for me right now, Bumbu is 2 for 2. I mean,
yeah.
This is definitely one of the better sipping rums. They get a check on the sipping rum mark there. They said this is going to be a sipping rum, and 100%. This is a very, very good. So when it comes to sipping rums, I've talked to Mike before, and some of the other people I've talked to that are more whiskey people, right? Rum's not a sipping drink; it's a mixing drink. This one would be right up their alley. So I'll tell you right now, if you're more of a whiskey person than a rum person, give this a shot. This is another one that's very, very sippable. It's not sweet. It's got,
So it's funny you should mention whiskey, because as I was drinking it, I felt this kind of warm sensation. And there's only one name that comes to mind. Maybe it's just because I'm partial. A Glenfiddich. That same warmness you know, that you feel when you sip whiskey. That just kind of, it's like it just kind of comes over you, and you just kind of like, you know, coats the throat and the mouth. It certainly has. It's a smooth feeling.
Yes, yeah. That is really, I like that. As far as sipping rums go, this definitely hits the spot.
Definitely does. Agreed.
I don't. I mean, the spice. I definitely taste the peppery. I don't really get much of the like the orange zest.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't get the orange zest, but it is pretty good. And I don't really taste the coffee. I can definitely smell a toffee.
Yes.
T, not the C. So I don't smell the coffee with the C, but I don't taste the coffee with the C.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe I've had too many of these. No, I just opened it.
Yeah, fun times, man.
So yeah, that's a good one. I would definitely pick that one up. So there's my recommendation. If you're looking for a sipping rum from Panama, it's a goodie. That's a goodie.
There you go.
Yeah. So beyond that, talk like a pirate. We've got the Bumbu rum. What else did you do? Oh, Bao came in time today to not only try my brisket, which you guys have all had or all seen or I showed before on how to make it or how I make it, but this time I made a 17-pound brisket. Picture there. It was huge, and what I decided to do, instead of just having a giant brisket, I cut it in half and made burnt ends. Picture there.
Nice.
And so these burnt ends, I've had quite a few people ask me, like, okay, how do you make burnt ends and that kind of thing? And I will tell you, burnt ends are what's called the tip on it when you talk about a brisket. To make burnt ends, you use just the tip.
Insert joke there.
Yep. So, just the tip. Have I said you only use just the tip yet?
No, you haven't.
Okay, so you use just the tip, not the flat, just the tip. And well, so you know, if you've ever had burnt ends, and I know you and I have had burnt ends before, and everybody tells you, you know, it is in no way good for you. And this time, being such a large brisket, I cooked it like I normally cook a brisket, but when it got to about 189, 190 degrees, instead of letting it cook all the way to like 212 or whatever, I cut the tip off, just the tip. And when you do that, and you look at the meat, the tip of the meat, and you look at it and you go, yeah, it is in your face obvious why it's not good for you, because it is almost all fat, or it is like lined with fat, and I mean, you're like, wow,
that's the good stuff.
Oh, it is the good stuff. So here, I just want to give everybody a quick rundown on how I make it. So I have a brisket burnt in recipe that I use, and then when I use it, I basically knock off a whole bunch of the ingredients, because to me, I'm just not a big fan. Like, the first ingredient on it is a quarter cup of apple cider vinegar. I am not a fan of apple cider vinegar or the taste of it. If I want to use or get an apple taste to something, I'm just going to get applesauce or apple juice, right? But in this case, I'm looking for these burnt ends to be sweet, like brown sugar, barbecue sauce sweet, right? So I leave that off altogether. And then, you know, there's water, and you know, they use a specific rub and that kind of stuff. So I just kind of leave a lot of that out, and then I start going to taste. So here's what I do. When I make it, for, like I said, this was a 17-pound brisket. When you cut the tip off, that's roughly 7 to 8 pounds you're cutting off. Most of that is fat, but you're cutting off 7 to 10 pounds, 7 to 8 pounds. So when you cut that off, I use they say 2 cups of Coca-Cola, and I've tried like Coke Zero, Diet Coke, you know, regular Coke. I think it's better with regular Coke, but you know, because what, you know, the sticky or the tackiness of Coke, that's what you're going for. And then after that, it says 1.5 cups of barbecue sauce. I recommend kind of a sweeter barbecue sauce, like a brown sugar and honey, something like that. And then a cup of brown, or they say, a third of a cup of brown sugar. I went for a full hefty half cup of brown sugar. I want that candy meat, that meat candy that some of the people who've had my burnt ends have called it. Like, it's meat candy. Coined that. I make meat candy. So then 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Again, I'm not a big measurer. I'm kind of like one of those, like, okay, that's good.
How the real cooks do it.
Right.
You know
I mean, like, I'm not. I can kind of know what it's gonna. You just kind of know what it's gonna taste like. Tablespoon of soy sauce, and then you mix that up. What I do is I throw it in the microwave for about a minute and a half or a minute, so that it kind of, because brown sugar doesn't naturally want to dissolve, so you heat it up and it dissolves it much faster. Okay, so all right, so you've got your giant chunk of meat, and you've got your sauce, if you will. And so what I do is I take the giant chunk of meat and I slice it into about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch cubes, and I put that into a skillet. And then I take a big skillet, or you could use like a cast iron skillet or something like that, a big size skillet. I put it in there, and then I put the sauce in there. And the idea is you want to put it on like 250 degrees-ish, kind of somewhere in there, and just let it cook, 250, 275, somewhere in there. And
220, 221, whatever it takes.
Let it cook and stir it every now and then, and get all of the meat to kind of get that sauce on there and just start caramelizing. You'll kind of know, because what's kind of left over is like the meat starts to stick together. It starts to get kind of a tacky feel, and then you take it off, and then you just kind of let it cool off on its own, and then that's when things really start to get candy-like. So I will admit, when I do this, I do trim some of the fat off. So every brisket has a big chunk of fat on the top of it. After I cut that off, because I leave a lot of the fat on when I do my briskets so that those juices stay there. But when I cut that tip off, and I shave the fat off the tip, because when you get to the burnt ends and the tip, there's plenty of fat in there again. I cannot repeat this enough times. This is not, like, you should not, if you want to any kind of stay healthy in any way, you should not oh, I threw the rest of the brisket away and we're just going to have, brisket tips. That is not going to be healthy for you. But that's what I do. And, I know, like I said, I've made it a couple times, and we've had, different people try it, and I've gotten some pretty good reviews on it. And so again, I'll show some pictures if I haven't already, and that's kind of that's kind of what I wanted to share. Is it's really easy to make, burnt ends. So that's what I got for today. National Talk Like a Pirate Day. I am very happy that this is the day that I chose to pull out my pirate hat. It is very hot under here. Sean, on the next one, I think I'm gonna see if you guys could put maybe a fan in here to blow on my head or something. It is really hot.
Challenge.
But hey, this is probably what they had to go through, right? Sitting on a boat, super hot, nowhere to hide from the sun. Leather was the fabric or material of choice for pirate hats. So
struggle was real.
Yeah, the struggle was real. 1700 struggle is real. It's the hats that they're all hung up on. Never mind the fact that they don't have electricity or plumbing. It's the hats. If we just figure out this hat thing, everything would be fine. Right. So, well, hey, on that note, I just want to say thank you for everyone for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Again, thank you, Val, for coming out again and doing an episode with me. Sit back, relax, have a drink, and enjoy the ride. We will. Whoever invented burn ends, good job.